Keys to victory versus Mississippi State as the Texas Longhorns head into Starkville. They're going to be having a bunch of cowbells in their ear in this game as Mississippi State will be having their homecoming festivities. And we have some kind of news and notes and just what our keys to victory here are for the Longhorns and what many people are saying could be a possible trap game. First, let's thank our great sponsors here, the Man Eye Institute. See life better at the Man Eye Institute. You can give them a phone call today, 844-WOW-2020, 844-WOW-2020. The Man Eye Institute is, of course, our presenting sponsor, and we would appreciate you giving them your business. If you need LASIK, if you need anything with your vision, cataracts, any of that stuff, there's absolutely zero doubt if you're in Central Texas, the Man Eye Institute is where you need to go. 1-844-WOW-2020. See life better with our great presenting sponsor, the Man Eye Institute. And, of course, while we're talking about great things, go get the Alpha Seasoning. Cody and I's Elite Spice Blend, the Alpha Seasoning, the original seasoning, the alphaseasoning.com. You can scan the QR code there. If you buy 3 bottles, you get free shipping and handling. alphaseasoning.com. All right, Cody, keys to victory. What do you think right off the bat? What are you thinking here with this game? Do you have a game prediction to start out? Or wait, that's a final taste thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a final takes thing. I don't quite have my prediction dialed yet per se. Did you give out your prediction on the Prize Picks show?
Yeah, I think I said it was going to be I think I said Texas 17-10 or 17-7.
Oh, there's going to be some grody predictions. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. I'm somewhere around that.
One thing on the Prize Picks show that was interesting is Prize Picks still has this up. I don't know. It has Mason Shipley with 3.5 PAT more or less. I have trouble thinking this team scores 4 touchdowns in this game.
So 3 touchdowns, you're good. So basically, I mean, you could score 24, 27, and you're still cashing.
Yeah, man. I kind of like that one. I mean, I like it enough to where I packaged up with a bunch of our NFL ones. So, I
think the only stuff I took in that game was the Brennan Thompson and the DeAndre Moore over receiving yards.
Well,
and that kind of goes into my, one of my keys to victory is like limiting Brennan Thompson, which again, people are going to say, he's not good. He's not whatever. But like 2 years ago, he was the highest graded PFF receiver in the FBS when he was at Oklahoma. He transfers to Mississippi State, and now he's arguably the most dynamic receiver in the SEC next to Mario Craver, who left Mississippi State to go to Texas A&M. Brennan Thompson leads the SEC in average depth of target, 18.6. Also leads the Power 4 in 30-plus yard plays with 7. He's second in college football behind Danny Scudero, who has 8. Danny Scudero, famously of San Jose State, the old 5'8", 170-pounder that was targeted 23 times against Texas earlier this year. So, I mean, limiting Brennan Thompson is definitely that. They do have a banged-up running back, but they do have Devon Booth. Bothwell is the banged up one right now. We're waiting to see if he's going to play or not, but they're both really good rushers. But I think my biggest thing is just the key to victory is like limiting big plays. If you can keep that away, I think you're going to be in good shape. All the games that they've been able to stay in, it's been because they've connected with Brennan Thompson on a deep ball. They connected on 2 of them against Arizona State, which of course was the big upset that happened earlier this year at home. Was they connected on a deep ball early and then the deep ball late to win the game. And those are the 2 big plays. And I think they scored 24 points or 27 points in that whole game. And that was 2 of the touchdowns. So limiting big plays, eliminating big plays is number 1.
Is Fluff Bothwell not going to play?
So, I mean, we've only got the one at time of recording. We've only got the one availability so far this week. And I think he was doubtful or probable.
I think he was listed as questionable.
Probable, questionable. Yeah, questionable.
I think I honestly think it's a big deal if he doesn't play. He's their better rusher. He was the X factor versus, I believe, Tennessee. It was the game where he went off for like 120 yards in that game. Looks like a good runner too. Big, strong, patient. I think that my first key to here's the one key to victory. The offensive line's got to play better. Okay, so I mean that's just like I feel like that's just isn't that just kind of goes
A
without.
requisite to winning.
Yeah. But I also think that, you know, look, I'm hopeful that getting CJ Baxter back injects some kind of secret sauce into the run game to where, maybe it could, um, at first, maybe having a rotation of those guys, having a rotation of Trey Wisner and CJ Baxter as opposed to a rotation of Trey Wisner and Christian Clark could be something to where it's like they bring some kind of push and pull, some to their styles that could maybe keep the defense a little bit off balance. That way, when you get a little bit later into the game, midway through second quarter and into the middle eight, you can start bashing them with the outside zone run game. I really think that the outside zone run game is going to be an important thing to get established here in this thing. Gosh, I love Bo Edge, man, but he's really texting a whole lot during this show. The getting the outside zone run game going was basically the key to victory versus Oklahoma, along with playing great defense. I think that with the contrasting styles of these two players, and with the fact that maybe CJ Baxter, we've seen him during his time at Texas, maybe be a little bit better in the man gap scheme, more of a guy that gets sprung by a good lead block. Whereas Trey Wisner is more of a kind of get his foot in the dirt, get upfield, see the zone lane. If you get them reacting to that sort of man gap stuff and overcommitting, that can really open up zone lanes in the outside zone run scheme. And so much of this stuff flows through that. So I think that just getting Baxter back, getting that initial sort of push and pull of these two kind of differing skill sets is going to be something that's important to setting up the run game down the stretch. And as we know, so much of what they do offensively is based around that.
I think you all know what I think, but Mississippi State is going to struggle offensively in this game because we know when Texas is on their A game, they limit the explosive plays, the super explosive, which I just talked about with Brennan Thompson. And you go back to last year, they were super good eliminating and they were super good at creating. They were number one in the Power Four in creating super explosive plays of 20 plus yards, right? I'm going to stay on defense, though, for this one, in that I look at Mississippi State from a numbers perspective. Their run blocking unit is 52nd in the Power 4 out of 67. 2 spots worse than Oklahoma was a few weeks ago that Texas played. I talked about Brennan Thompson. That's their big play threat. You talk about that running game with Bothwell and Booth. If Bothwell's back, that's going to be big, right? Limiting the run game is big, but their run blocking unit stinks. It's a big game for Shaw, Brevard. If Watson can play, that'll be big, obviously. The way Hill's playing right now has been maniacal.
I thought Watson wasn't on the list. Was he on the injury report yesterday?
Watson was not on the injury report.
So he's playing.
Yeah, I said what did I say? I said he was banged up, didn't I?
I thought you said if he plays. Like I wasn't even considering Watson not playing.
Okay, so anyway, and so that circles me back to I talked about the run game. I talked about the explosives. It takes me to Blake Shapen. Blake Shapen's second worst pressure to sack percentage in the SEC right now, behind Jackson Arnold, a notch lower than last week's quarterback Cutter Boley, who again threw for over 200 yards against Texas. But Jackson Arnold's been sacked on 31% of his pressures, 27 sacks, and Blake Shapen's at 30.4%. He's been sacked 21 times on 69 pressures. Pressure the quarterback, eliminate the run, and don't allow plays over the top. Those are all things that we know Texas can do. And the way this defense is playing lately, I think we're shaping up for a potential shutout in this situation. So another thing I was going to say is key to victory is getting after the quarterback and eliminating the run game.